So last time I talked a little bit about, having the mentality of, do you want to be with someone, or do you want somebody to be with you? This is a mental shift that, and you ask a woman this, of course she's gonna have a different point of view, which is cool. We're privy to that. She's gonna have a different point of view, but you need to ask yourself, are you wanting to be with someone, or are you wanting someone to be with you? Something that I learned before I go too deep into this topic, I just want you to pick up a copy of the Unplugged Alpha. And I want you to pick up a copy, not because I'm getting money for it, because I'm profitable because of it, because I'm not. This is an author, and he's a book that, it's a book that I don't even know the full history. I just want you to read it because I did. I listened to it in the form of Audible book. If you're not a big reader, just pull it up on Audible and download it. And to me, it's like the Rich Dad, Poor Dad of relationships. It's that book that if somebody would have handed to you before you went through the relational chaos, you would have saved a lot of time, money, and energy. And not to say that there's not benefit from, it's not a lot of benefit. You can get so much benefit from chaos, from destruction, from war. There's always a benefit that comes from bad situations, bad events, bad decisions if you choose to learn. But yeah, just make sure you pick up that copy of the Unplugged Alpha, and have that have that in your arsenal, and your mental arsenal. But yeah, just switching your mindset from, do you want to be with somebody, or do you want somebody to be with you? I battle this thought, and as I love my space. I fucking love my space. When I actually think about what I have, I love it. I fucking love my space. I love my freedom. I love my space. I'm holding myself back drastically, and I'm not doing things for myself. I'm not having the fun that I should be having, just because I'm super thoughtful of the future. I try to just put as much into investments. I don't want to get into the bad habit of spending money to try to look good, to try to fit in, to try to meet a specific standard, if you will. And what I mean by standard is, like, for example, if you go to a club, you got to dress a specific way to kind of, you know what I'm saying? I mean, some clubs do have dress code, but for the most part, it's kind of, I could be that guy to ignore it, but I want to look good. I want to feel good if I go to a club. I don't want that. I don't want to be that guy that everybody's just, you know what I'm saying? Just like, I actually would like to dress nice and feel good about that. Um, and going out, I don't set money on the side for me to do things for myself. Just put it like that. It's all on me. I'm a bad example of actually putting money on the side and doing fun activities. But I think about, the question that I started with, and that question was, do I want to be with somebody, or do I want somebody to be with me? And naturally, when I was speaking on it, I would say it that way. I wouldn't say I want somebody to be with me. I would just say that I want to be with somebody. But that, if you're a young man, that is it's a weak mentality. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be with somebody. You want somebody to be with you. And the only way that you could have somebody be with you is by you being in your grind, by living on purpose, by being in your zone, right? I may not be wording it correct, but what I mean is, you have to be operating, your motor needs to be operating on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying? There's no it's cool to do stuff in order to keep your woman happy, but it's two type of women. There's gonna be a woman that she's okay with what you decide to do when it's time for you to satisfy her, or she's gonna want you to do things and pull you away from what it is that you're doing. And you gotta really be thoughtful of that. Like, some people, like girls, they like security, and there's a statement that says, there's people that say, oh, if you want security, just get a dog, right? But that shit is crazy, man. Like, sometimes girls are with niggas just because they know that you are just gonna say yeah, and you're gonna tag along, and they need somebody that is, muscular or even weak. It doesn't matter. They just need another soul, another human to just be with them in this big ass world. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. But as a young man, you need to know, like, are you entering her frame, or is she entering yours? So that's where that question stems from. It's like, do I want to be with somebody or do I want somebody to be with me? Now, for me, I'll be real. I, I want somebody to be with me, but I'm not in a financial position to have somebody be with me, right? And what I mean is, yeah, I have money to take care of myself, but I don't have no money to be inviting another head with me to every fucking place I go. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no, I just don't. I rather, I just don't. I fucking don't. You know what I'm saying? That's my choice. You know what I'm saying? That's my choice. And if it's gonna cost me a life of like of how I have now for the rest of my life, then what I need to do is maximize my time and learn how to be more happy with the time that I have. So I say that because I'm not always like, I do think about it. I think about, damn, I like to put my, you know what I'm saying? I like to get some cheeks. But then I think about it from a practical point of view. I'm like, yo, after I get it, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I try to think in the future, like future proof my decision. And I think about it overall. What is the only thing that I actually want? And it's just, I want some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all a nigga really want is just some good pussy. And after that, like, there's no other value that a girl could bring to me. So, and that's not the same. That's not the same for everyone. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that, they I guess their women bring more value, and there's just different type of women out there that are great. You know what I'm saying? They're great. But if the headache to reward ratio is not making sense, if there's just more headaches than peace of mind, then it's like, I'm okay. I'm okay with how I live. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I don't got a bed. I probably would have a bed if I had a bitch. Period. And why don't I have a bed? At this point, I haven't been saving up for the one that I want, and I don't want a cheap bed. Like, I haven't put money on the side specifically for a bed, and if I don't do that, I'm pretty much not going to be able to get an expensive bed. I'm going to only be able to get like a cheap bed, and I don't want a cheap bed. Once I get a bed, that's going to be my bed forever. So I just decided not to get one. I said, fuck that. If I can't get an expensive bed, a quality bed, I'm just going to sleep on the floor. So I just sleep on the floor. But if I had a girl, I probably would go out of my way to make sure that she's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I know at that point, I'm no longer thinking about myself. At that point, I'm actually thinking about somebody else and considering somebody else. So, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you by the bed. But yeah, overall, I think my biggest need is, it's not a need, it's like a desire. My biggest desire is to have sex. You know what I'm saying? I just want to have sex with a nice, skinned, beautiful, pretty, nice, petite, kind-hearted, just beautiful women. And it's funny I said kind-hearted. All that stuff that I said, there was an episode that I watched with these dudes. They were fucking, damn, I wish I knew the name. It was like that 70s, damn, the 80s. It was like homeboys that were just smoking on a couch. It was a date. The name of the show is like, it's like a date. But I remember on one of the shows, there was a guest that came in, or somebody that was on there, I don't even know, that's always on there. But he said something like that. He mentioned all the quality things that he wanted in a woman, and all the homies started laughing. They were just laughing uncontrollably, because it's like a impossible ask. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit that he said, and that's how I felt. Like, at that moment with what I said, that's like impossible. You know what I'm saying? That's damn near impossible. But overall, like, I the risk to reward, like, I'm okay with. I actually prefer this over what would come with just being able to put my dick in a piece of pussy for, like, whenever I want. I think the reward is much better being alone than having somebody right here and just, I don't know, as of today, where I'm at in my life, that's just better for me. I think it's just way better. But ending with this note, I want you to ask yourself, if you're in a relationship, are you entering her frame? Have you entered her frame? Are you deep into her frame, or has she entered yours? And sometimes it may be too late. You know what I'm saying? You may try to pull yourself and her out of her frame and try to enter yours, but you may be so deep in that you may just have to put a hard stop on that. So be very thoughtful of that, because if you're in her frame, you're not living in your purpose. You're not living on purpose, and she knows that, and she's not attracted to it. She may fuck with you. She may take you along for a dog walk and take you to the park and take you to a coffee shop and do all these cool little fun relational things, and both of you contribute here and there. But you got to ask yourself, are you living on purpose? Is it your desire? Is it your purpose that you're on? Or are you just satisfying hers and just being a sidekick to her? Both are okay. Both are okay. But you need to ask yourself, are you okay with it? Fuck out of here, you bitch.